Hey, hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. As you see in the title, we are going to talk about resin and why I've stopped using resin. Uh, there is many reasons, but you need to know that before I used to work with more traditional work like watercolor, acrylic paint, charcoal. I used to draw portraits and different things. So resin was relatively new for me, and I really maybe follow the trend and have many followers with resin, and I really appreciate that, but it wasn't suits me anymore, and now I don't want to work with resin. I don't want to make the same thing as how people do on Instagram or YouTube. So that's why I've choose to stick on more traditional work with acrylic paint. I will do also oil paint, and I also want you to know that I will not blame you if you still use resin. I know a lot of my followers here on YouTube and on Instagram uses resin, and yeah, I don't want to blame you. I just want to bring you some facts and why I've stopped it. I did some research about resin and resin art sustainability, and I was surprised to not find any content about that, any artists who talk about the resin problems and what it can causes. Yeah, I didn't find anything about the ecology. You really need to consider that when starting a new business about that. And yeah, so that's why also I've made this video. So let's start the video now about the reasons why I've stopped using resin. The first reason was for an ecological problem. The resin is not sustainable at all. It is, after all, an expensive plastic, and you need to use lots of resin to achieve one artwork. I used to use like 1 to 2 liter of resin just for one artwork, and I used to have some resin drips and little beads of resin everywhere in my room, and it is all trash. You cannot reuse them. I know some artists reuse them in new things, but yeah, I know that acrylic medium and acrylic paint is made out of petroleum and plastic, but yeah, you really use a small amount of paint to make an artwork, and it's nothing like using 1 to 2 liter of resin to complete an artwork. So that's why I stick to acrylic paint. I try to search new paint that are more sustainable, but I will find my way to find new techniques, sorry. And yeah, the second reason is that resin is really binding to use. You need to work in a large area if you want to make large artwork, because you need to work on a flat surface, and you also need to work with a mask on, some gloves, some protective clothes, some goggles. Yeah, it is really binding. You can develop some allergies, you can develop some skin irritation, some nose irritation, and eyes irritation. So really be careful with resin. It's not a thing. Even if brand says it is not toxic, it is not toxic when it is cured. But when you use it, be careful, because you can really develop some strong allergies to the product. And also, I know that some of the pigments you use when you heat them with the heat gun or with the hair dryer, you can have some fumes, and it's not really a great thing. And I used to work in my home, so I don't want anyone to be hurt by resin. It is a little bit smelly, depend on the brand. But yeah, I don't want my family or anyone to get hurt by resin when I work with it. And you really need to work in a ventilated area. So that's it for the second reason. And the third reason will be that I'm a perfectionist artist. I like my artwork to be clean and sleek. I like to have a beautiful finish. And sometimes with resin, it's hard to keep an artwork really brand new. You know, you can have scratches, you can have yellowing in time, you can have some blurry effect appearing in time. I got some artworks who became really blurry and unsaleable. And yeah, so just if you are a perfectionist artist, resin is really fragile. You really need to be careful, because when you sell an artwork like $500, you don't want it to be scratched or yellow in time. And yeah, so for these reasons, I will no longer use or promote resin on my socials, on YouTube, on Instagram, everywhere. And yeah, I want you to do your own research and think about it. I don't blame you if you still use resin. I can understand that if it's your work or but for me, epoxy resin are not the future. If you have planned to open a shop who sells lots of coasters or small things and products in resin, I don't see the purpose of this. For me, I don't want to buy any plastic or things that are going to yellow in time or just go to trash after all, is that. So that's my main concern with resin. That's the three main problems I got with resin, and I don't want to talk about resin anymore. I hope you will understand my choice, and I hope you will follow me along my journey in art. By the way, we are now 35,000 people here on this channel, and I'm so thankful for your subscription. I have also my Patreon page where I give some acrylic courses and art courses about my mineral arts. And yeah, I wish you all a great day. Thank you for watching, and see you for the next video. Bye. Bye guys.